All right. Hello, Dr. Hall. This is Jackson Badgett doing my rework for exam one. So I have decided to do problem or sub problems 5B, 5C, and 5E. So I'll start with problem 5B. Here's what I did on the exam. I really don't know what was going wrong. I think I was a little crunched for time and was trying to just write down things that I knew. I realized that Q is already given, so I'm not really sure why I solved for it. I think it was just, I felt very rushed. I had a lapse of judgment. I didn't really know what to do on this problem. So, yeah, like I said, time was running short. I don't know why I solved for Q, but I did. So here's what I should have done. I should have realized that to get from the nominal stresses to the actual stresses, I need the Kf factor. So I should have highlighted these two equations, and from there I would have known that I can get Kf related to Q, which was given, and Kt, which can be found from figure 4. So like I said here, Kt comes from figure 4 on the exam, or on the equation sheet. It's a function of r over d and d over d. From problem 5, the r was the notch in this case. Capital D was the larger diameter, and lowercase d was the lower step diameter. So with plugging in those values of, sorry, this should actually be 0.75 millimeters. Plugging in these values, I can get the r over d value, which corresponds to 0.05 on the x-axis, and a 1.3 line on the d over d. So I went here, I went to 0.5, and then I went to the 1.3 line, and for simplicity, I said kt was equal to 2.2. I plug that in to get kf, right here, and I get a kf value of 1.64. Finally, I can multiply both the nominal values by kf to get the actual values, and that's what I did here to get 130.48 megapascals for sigma A and 167.76 megapascals for sigma M. Okay. That was problem 5B. The next subproblem I wanted to rework was problem 5C. And this one was just the first cycle yielding problem, given sigma A, sigma M, and SY was found in the figure for 1050 hot rolled, I believe, to be 340 MPAs. I must have wrote down the equation on my equation sheet incorrectly because I checked it, and this is what I had with the product of sigma A and sigma M on the bottom. However, after reviewing the notes, I have concluded that this indeed is the correct equation, and so to fix this, I just, instead of multiplying the two, I added them, and that gives a much more, the number makes much more sense now, opposed to that, and that gives a first cycle yielding factor of safety of 1.13. I don't know if the problem actually asks for it, but this would indicate that it would not fail due to first cycle yielding. Ignore this right here. It kind of got, it's supposed to be right here. So for problem 5C, or 5E, sorry, what I did initially is I set up the problem correctly. I knew that SE new would be the product of SE prime times the Ka factor times the Ke Marn factor. I went to figure, I believe, 6 for hot rolled. I got 38.6 and negative 0.65 for A and B respectively. And then Ka is related to them by this equation. The ultimate strength, again, was given from the table, figure 2 in the back for 1050 hot rolled steel. And that gave me a Ka Marn factor of 0.5909. Likewise for Ke, I got that from figure 5. 99% reliability gave the 0.814 KE Marn factor. So I had those two correctly. What I deduced that I did incorrectly now was when I brought this down to here, the correction's kind of in the way, but I believe that says 0.509 when it should have been 0.5909. Again, that could have just been a little test anxiety rushing towards the end. Little mistake on my part. Again, it didn't cost many points, obviously, but I decided to go to the 3 sub problems because that would give me the most benefit for getting points back and understanding the problem as a whole. So I went ahead and used this one as well. It was just a little misinput, I guess you could call it, but resolving, like I said, these were marked as correct by you, so I'm assuming they were correct. And the 310 MPa came from the 0.5 SUT if SUT is less than 1400 megapascals. Again, that was marked as correct. This came from the KE came from the table as correct, and then here's the incorrect thing that I wrote initially, and it should have been this instead, and that would have given a SE new of 149.107 megapascals. And I believe that is everything that I needed to cover. Hopefully I kept it concise and complete for you, and I would appreciate the regrade. Thank you.